Hello, hello, hello. It is Tuesday. Not my normal night, but I wanted to come on and spend the holiday week with you and make a lot of Americana crafts. So say hey when you hop on. This is Beck with Beck's Craft and Spot, or Becca. I'm just logging on my computer so I can see comments. And of course, okay, ooh. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? I'm just loading up the computer with my page so I can see comments. If you're new here, hi, my name is Becca. I'm glad you hopped in. I found this star at a thrift store and I thought I would flip it and redo it, and it looks like I paid $2.99 for it. It was $19.99 from Pier 1, so it's hard telling how old it is. And let me know what you've been doing today. How has your Tuesday been? Thank you for hopping in. Say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. I am just taking this tag off this star. We're gonna flip it. I'm gonna redo this. I picked it up at a thrift store. I'm just waiting for a couple people to hop in. I actually had this in my boots that are right there on the shelf. I had this pick in there. I'm just gonna take these stars off this stick and probably use them on here as an accent. I did order some more of these, so I have some more coming should be here tomorrow. There was actually more in the bag that these came in, but I do not know what I did with them, so it's hard telling around here. But I just I'm just taking this off. And I'm just going to throw these in the trash. I'm going to I'll use a little sander to get some of this off of here after I take these flowers off. And because we're just going to do a little something different with it today. How's your Tuesday been? And the backer that we're going to use today is, I'm going to use small shims. And then I'm going to use this sign from Valentine's Day from the Dollar Tree. And we're just going to cover this picture up though. And then we're going to paint this. And I think I might turn it around and do it this way, so that part isn't showing so much, because I'm not sure. Hi, Miss Cheryl, how are you? I think I'm gonna use this little blue jean pocket off of a pair of pants. The pants that I used for the blue jean wreath I did, I saved this little pocket. And I think I might use it on here. I'm going to trim this off around it though. How is everyone today? I wonder if I fray it, if I'll like this better. Hi, Miss Beverly. How are you? I'm just going to cut it off because we're really not going to see that part anyway. I'll probably put some like little blue flowers in this. But I want to fray the edges. We're just doing a thrift store flip. I have this star that had some flower stuff on it on the front of this here, and I'm just gonna redo it. Hopefully it'll look cuter than what it did. It was covered with these flowers in red, white, and blue. Thank you for sprinkling, Miss Cheryl. I appreciate you. I just took those flowers off, and we're just gonna, this is gonna be more primitive, am I saying that right? I'm gonna paint this like a beige color probably, or a linen color, and then we'll pretty it up. Oh, thank you, Miss Cheryl. So I have the star. I'm gonna put the blue jean pocket on there. I have these dingleberries, but I think I'm going to, since I'm going primitive with it, I think I'm going to use these instead. I have these little stars that I would like to use as well, but I'm going to use my ink and like dirty it up a little bit. I have some words. I have Freedom, America, and Fireworks. And these were from Hobby Lobby, is where I got this from. I also got these from Hobby Lobby. And honestly, I can't remember where I got these little rattan stars from. I probably got them from Hobby Lobby as well. And then, of course, I have the beads that I used yesterday. And then, these are the little blue flowers, which these are from Hobby Lobby. I used these on another project, so I think I'm gonna put these coming out of the pocket with some of this, these little dingleberry things is what my plan is. But let's go ahead and get I'm gonna go ahead and do the backer first. So I'm gonna lay everything out of the way. This backer is a Valentine's sign from Dollar Tree. And I'm just gonna cover it with the shims, the small shims. And I will need to trim these down a little. And I'm gonna flip-flop them. I thought one of them fit in here nicely though, so yeah, I'm gonna use this one and trim them all down to this size, which I think I'm just gonna draw a line on it. So that way I don't have to mess with them and they'll fit in there just right. And these are thicker at one end and then thin at the other. You can get these at Lowe's or Home Depot or Menards. Whatever hardware store that you have in your area. That's okay, Miss Mona. I appreciate you being here. Hi, Miss Cheryl. All right. And this one is the right length, so I don't need to trim that one. Okay, so I have them all marked, so I'll just trim these real quick, and then I am going to stain them. And then let me get my glue gun on, so that'll be ready. So how's everybody's Tuesday? Have you gotten yourselves ready for the 4th of July yet? Are you having a picnic or cookout or anything? Are you going to watch the fireworks? What's your details for the weekend, for the holiday? Just finished supper. I did too, right before I hopped on here. And I hope it was good. Oh yeah, that sounds like fun. Okay, so they all fit in here now, so it's just gonna look like this. And then I'm going to use some water to wet them and then put some of the brown stain on it. The Waverly wax that we use from Walmart. I just have a spray bottle that this is a mister bottle that I purchased from the hair salon store, I believe is where I got it. So I'm gonna take this off of, I'm just gonna leave the picture like it is and just glue these right on here, and I'm gonna leave the border on the frame. I like it that color, so I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm just gonna leave it like it is. But I'm going to go ahead and stain these. So I'm just gonna wet them, because I don't really want them too dark, and the water will help dilute it, I guess, or thin it out a little bit. So hopefully that's enough. And I did wash a couple brushes, not all of them, but I washed enough to get me through today anyway. Hi, Miss Sandy. Oh, did you? Yeah, I still, that's a never-ending task here, is trying to figure out how to clean up my craft space. And you can always, the water dries pretty fast, so you can always add more water if you feel like it's dried up a little bit. Hi, Miss Barbara. Thank you for hopping in. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to please scatter the buttons so we can get some new friends in here. And let me know. Put in the comments that you did scatter the buttons so I'll know for sure, because I do have a list I can look at, but it doesn't always put everybody on there. So if I go through if you scatter the buttons and it does not put your name on the list, and then I go through the comments and I don't see anybody tell me that they scattered the buttons, then there's no way for me to know who you are. And I have a bingo ball that I put everybody's name in that either scatters the buttons, or if it's your very first time ever watching me, then your name can go in that way as well. So just be sure and let me know that it's your first time watching, or if you scattered the buttons. That way I can put your name in the bingo ball. And then on the 13th of every month is a Smashed It night, where I take a request from somebody that sends me a picture of what they want me to recreate, which I need. I have a couple things that I probably can do for this month, but one of them is like a Halloween thing, so I want to recreate it obviously, but I don't feel like it's the right time of year for it. But I think that's a fun thing for you to give me ideas of something I can create. And it's Smashed It or Trashed It. So if I smashed it, that means I accomplished the task of creating it, and I either made it look as good or better than what it originally does, or and then trashed it means it can go in the trash because it doesn't look anything like it's supposed to. So it's a really fun night. I've only been doing that for a couple of months. The very first one I did in May was one of Aaron's projects, the large flower tart pan. You can see part of it right there. And then in June I did a wreath that somebody sent me. It was a blue jean. It was made out of blue jean, and I recreated a blue jean wreath, and that was fun. So I just need something for July. And the more requests I get, instead of doing it just once a month, I might be able to add like one day a week or something. I could do it if I start getting enough requests. And you would just send it to me through private messenger. And then what I do is I print off a picture of what it is, and then after I get done creating it, I show you the picture. I do have a tablet. I probably could start charging it and using it, and probably just show you the picture on the tablet instead of printing it off, because sometimes I forget, and then sometimes I have trouble with my printer here at my house getting stuff to print on it. Thank you for scattering the buttons, Miss Sandy. I appreciate you doing that. Now, I've been thinking about this week too. I did Americana week last year, but I cannot remember if I actually came on live on the 4th. So you guys tell me if you're going to be available to watch, then I probably can go live on the 4th, because I don't have any plans for the 4th. But the 5th is my anniversary, and I plan on getting some fireworks to let off on Friday, because I kind of want to have a cookout on Friday and do the fireworks for my grandkids. So you guys tell me if you would want to, if you want me to be here on Thursday, then I will. It may just be a little later. Well, I say a little later, but then it just depends on what time. Like if you guys are watching the fireworks, I don't know what time to come on Thursday is my problem. Yeah, it would be in the evening, but I was thinking maybe, because I don't work Thursday, so I'll probably be on later tomorrow. My husband, he can be a thorn in my side a little bit, because like when I ask him what, and I know that all men are not, I don't know for a fact that all men are like this, but a lot of men are like this, probably is my assumption, I guess, that when you ask them what they want for their birthday or Father's Day or Christmas or whatever, they either say they don't care or they say nothing. That's what my husband does, so it drives me up the wall. And I don't know what I just did to my computer. There we go. All right. Too hot in Texas, Miss Barbara. Yeah, that's understandable. So I'm thinking probably, hi Miss Terry. My daughter's name is spelt just like yours. I don't see Terry spelt like that very often. So I was thinking that I was thinking for tomorrow, because I want, my husband needs a new phone. His phone is so old that he's now having to put it on speakerphone, and he still sounds like a robot when he tries to talk to you. So I'm just over that, and I'm gonna get him a new phone for our anniversary. So I wanted to take him after work tomorrow. So tomorrow night I will probably be on, is 9 o'clock to, well, it really depends on what time I get done at the phone place, but if I'm home by 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, then I'll probably get on at 9 o'clock tomorrow. That's okay, Miss Lou. I appreciate you being here. We're really just getting started. I am just staining the small shims, and I'm getting ready to dry them. So what do you guys think about 9 o'clock tomorrow and Thursday? Is that too early or late? Well, tomorrow's Wednesday. How about tomorrow I don't even come on at all because Craftin' and Laughin's on tomorrow. So, so I won't be on tomorrow at all. So Thursday night. Okay. Hello, Miss Jackie. So since Craftin' and Laughin' is on tomorrow, I won't come on. Thursday I'll come on at 9 p.m. And then Friday, my husband told me today that he has to work. So I can either come on earlier in the afternoon before he gets home, or it might be later in the evening Friday too, because I'll be doing the cookout and the fireworks on Friday. So I won't be on tomorrow, and I'll be on at 9 on Thursday, and then 9 Eastern Standard Time, and then Friday I'll just have to make a post to let you guys know if I'm coming on, because I don't know how late is okay with everyone. Like if I can come on around 10 or something, then it might be 10 or 11 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, Miss Cheryl, thank you. Let me go ahead and get this dry. All right, Miss Lou, thank you. Okay, thank you, everyone. Hi, Miss Stephanie, how are ya? I am just doing, I found this star at a thrift store. It had some flowers on it, and I took them off. I'm going to paint this. I'm going to paint this like a taupe color or something, and then we're going to add the red, white, and blue to it. But I'm using the small shims. This backer is a Valentine's Day picture from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna cover it up with the shims. And these are the small ones, and I did have to trim them down actually. And I'm flip-flopping them as well. And I'm I'm gonna glue them and then press them down a little bit just to make sure they're good and stuck. Those that just hopped on, did you guys have a good Tuesday, I hope? Good. Good, good, good. I'm glad. I am. Need some more glue. I think I'm just going to continue using this new one for my regular glue, my clear glue, and then the old one I'll just use when I need that yellow glue. There was something, I was going to show you what I do with it. Oh, here it is. I found this honey beehive at, I got this from Walmart. I thought that was really cute. And it, I think it was like $1.97. It wasn't that much. But I'm gonna do another bee craft sometime before the end of summer. I don't know what I was gonna say. I think there was a there was something to do with a bee thing. I don't know if I found something else on Hobby Lobby, not Hobby Lobby, on Amazon, or I might have some like papers for, because I do the artist trading cards as well. I haven't made any in over a month, but I have some papers that might have bees on them. I'll have to look. But there was a craft that I was thinking about. I've seen people making wreaths with that in the middle. Oh yeah, the beehive. That would be really cute. But I think about a lot of things at night when I'm laying in bed trying to fall asleep. And things just pop in my head. I really need to have like a little book sitting on my bedside table so I can jot stuff down, because I think I was talking about my narcolepsy the other day. I don't have it to the extreme where I fall asleep when I'm driving or when I'm just sitting watching TV or sitting here talking to you or whatever, but I have a lot of memory problems. Like I have a lot of problems remembering things or whatever. I think that's maybe a side effect of it. And I find things funny and I laugh about things and whatnot, but I try not to get really excited, laughing hysterically or whatever, because how I found out, and this is a little scary, but how I found out I had narcolepsy is, and this has been a few years. My kids were still in school. My son was in high school, and he's in his mid-30s now. So it's probably probably between 15 and 20 years I've known that I've had it. But one day I was fixing dinner. I'll just have to tell you the story of how it come to me finding out, I guess. So and this is gonna, I feel like I'm a lot like Aaron, besides being all bubbly and laughing about everything and things like that. But we have a lot of stuff in common, I guess I could say. Barb from the Shabby Tree keeps a notebook. Yes, she does. I do watch Barb from the Shabby Tree, and she jots a lot of stuff down. But she keeps one at her nightstand. Yeah, that's a good idea. I need to do that. Your grandpa had narcolepsy, Sandy. Hello, beating with. Hey Wayne, how are you? Thank you for hopping in. That's interesting. I'd be interested in knowing like what part of the spectrum he was on. I feel like I'm on the mild side of it, but it's aggravating not being able to remember stuff and stuff like that. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to pry this one up. I'm talking and not paying attention. Hi, Miss Cheryl. You're crafting fun with Cheryl. That's cool. I'll have to come over and watch you sometime on your page. I think, yeah, this one I put on backwards, so I'm gonna have to flip it around if I can get it to pop up. I'm gonna have to heat it up, but I was in the middle of telling the story and then I scrolled off. So how I found out, or what happened to me for me to go to the doctor and tell him what's going on, is one day when my kids were younger, I was fixing dinner, and the reason I brought up Aaron is because it's about a fart. So somebody was doing something and then they tooted, and we always laugh when that happens. And so I started laughing, and the next thing I know is my husband is standing in front of me with his arms out like this, and I'm on the floor, and when I open my eyes, I'm looking out my back door because we have like a sliding glass door, and my kids are all sitting around the dining room table. I was trying to pass out dinner plates, and I didn't know. I was scared to death. I went in the front room and sat on the couch and was bawling my eyes out because I didn't know what happened, and they said I had passed out. And then and this is gonna mess this board up a little bit, but it'll be okay. But yeah, apparently there's a vein that runs up the back of your neck to your brain, and when you laugh, it can get constricted, and that's what happens to me. Is I get, when I laugh hysterically, like I'll feel it coming on, because I will yes, I have narcolepsy with cataplexy, and that's how I found out I had it, was I passed out. I started passing out from laughing. And it is scary. It's a scary thing. So that's why I try not to crack jokes or get myself all, I try not to let myself go like that. I try not to be funny or whatever, because I don't want to pass out on a live. However, I don't know if this is weird of me or whatever, but like when it happens, most of the time when it happens, luckily, the very first time it happened, I was standing, obviously. But every other time that I can think of that it's happened, I've been sitting down on the couch or whatever. However, I did end up passing out at work one time because I was laughing hysterically, because I just can't help myself when when I let out a toot. I just think it's the funniest thing, and I was embarrassed because I worked at, it was not where I worked at now, because right now I work in a lab, and it was in a billing office, and I needed to go around the cubicle to ask this guy a question. And as soon as I got up to walk around to him, I let a toot out, and I just started busting out laughing. One of my really good friends was sitting behind me, and then another friend was sitting next to me. And apparently I had never talked about it before at that job, and so they were scared to death. When it happens, I'm only out for like a few seconds, and then when I open my eyes, you know, I heard her before my eyes even opened. I heard one of them saying, "Call 911, call 911." I sat straight up and I said, "No, don't call 911." And then I ended up having to tell them what happened. They were like, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I should have told you guys I can't laugh." So I think like when I'm trying to tell a story, which we don't do anything, it's just me and my husband here. So I don't really have a lot of stuff to talk about. And I think the other day I was trying to tell you guys something, and then I feel like I just like stopped talking in the middle of a story or something I'm saying, and then I don't remember what I'm talking about a lot. It's bad. It is bad. I think I'm gonna have to get another one because this one is falling apart. Let me go grab another one. I'm gonna have to stain it. I didn't bring enough over to fix. Yeah, just a second. I brought a couple just in case this one looks like it might be too short. Yeah, it was. I'm glad I brought this one. Okay. Miss Kathy, the only treatment is medication. I'm on. I've been put on a lot of different, like at least 10 different medications, and the medicine I'm on now works. I need Beano. Oh. Beano is to keep you from tooting, I thought. But, But yeah, tooting makes me laugh for some reason. I don't know. I'm immature. Okay, let's see. And where did I put the scissors at now? Oh, right here. But yeah, I just try not to laugh. And then if I'm talking and it seems like I just stopped in the middle of what I'm saying, of what I was trying to say, then that's why, because I'm just gonna blame it on the narcolepsy, because I don't know any other reason why I would just like completely lose my train of thought. I'm not going to be able to get all this paper off because of the glue that I'd have to mess with it probably forever. And I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. So I'm just going to glue this back down on here. Looks like they all look really good except for this one. It's going to show a little bit of the side right there. Okay, I just need to stain this one and then we'll be done with this. I might sand this a little bit before we put everything together. And I should have, well, I guess I can use that Waverly color over there. That's like a stone color, it looks like. I'm gonna paint the star. Okay, let me dry this real quick. This one, for some reason, is a little lighter at the top, but it'll probably be, oh my goodness. This is a little, it's a little too big. I wonder if I'll be able to take it off. I'm gonna try to like score it. Computer went to sleep again. There we go. going to try to take it off as best as I can. I might have to use this. I don't want to get splinters, so I'm throwing this in the trash. I'm just going to stain this part, and maybe it won't be so noticeable that I just had to break that off there like that. Okay, that doesn't look bad. It looks weird though because it's lighter than the rest of them, but maybe it won't be noticeable after I get everything on there. I guess it's supposed to look that way, but all right, so we're done with the backer. And then what I was I'm gonna paint the star, but I'm gonna paint it like a neutral color because we're gonna be adding the color to it. So I have this mineral. This is a real pretty, it's like a grayish beige color. But it's real pretty. And this is a chalk paint. I haven't used it in a while, so it's kind of crispy around the edges. But I was gonna use the back of it, but if I can like sand down glue. If I can get some of this glue off of here. Because they had put some, I don't even know what kind, I don't know what kind of flowers these are, but it had these flowers on it with some moss. I just thought that I could maybe make it look better. Maybe. So have you guys seen anything that you can send to me so I can recreate it on the 13th? Any like summery things or everyday things, farmhouse? Just send me your ideas. And then I'll, I know I was talking about the bingo ball earlier, but if you scatter the buttons and let me know in the comments, or if this is your very, very first time watching me, let me know in the comments so I can put your name in the bingo ball. And then I draw on the 13th, which is my Smashed It night, for Happy Mail. Okay, so I think I have as much of this off of here as I can get. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, so I'm gonna paint this. I'm just gonna use my same brush that I used for the wax. And I'm just gonna like dab it on because it's white. It should cover fairly easily. I just feel like with a fresh coat of paint, it'll make it look, you know, new again. And I just feel like with this neutral color, it'll pop off the back, the wood looking background, and then the colors of the, I have some baby rat and stars. I don't know if you guys were here in the beginning or if I showed them in the middle or whatever, but I have some baby rat and stars I can put on this. I have a little, the little hip pocket of a pair of blue jeans that I'm gonna put on this in the center, and then I'm gonna put flowers coming out of that. Some little baby's breath that are blue. And then I have some little dingleberries on some wire stems that I'll have coming out as well. Oh, I might use some greenery that I have. And then I still have those beads that I used last night. I might be able to redo the hanger with that. And then I have some fabric that I can use to make a bow. Trying to get everything covered on the front here, and then I'll flip it over and do the back as well. That way I know it's all got a new fresh coat of paint on it. Besides air and heat in the garage, I need new lighting too. I have my ring light, and then I have one light bulb that hangs in the ceiling above me. When I get everything else done around the house, inside and out, they've got this system on Amazon that, I know it's an air conditioning unit, but I think it also does heat as well. But it's like, it's between, like, it depends on what size you get to, but I think it's between like $300 and $500 for it. But eventually I want to get heat and air out here so I don't have to worry about that. I can either have it, like if it's a nice day, I can open the garage door and have, maybe get one of those net, you know, those net things that goes over the garage door. I probably could like put one of those up in here. What's an inverter, Miss Kathy? I've never heard of that. I could probably look it up. Is it kind of like oblong and it's kind of flat against the wall? That's kind of what I'm looking at, but I did not know it was called that, if it's the same thing. All right, cool. I will, I'll look that up and see what the prices are on them. My garage is like I think it's a little under like 2.5 car. The garage door is 2 car, but there's a little space going to the left of it and a little space going to the right of it, so it might be like a 2.5 car garage. And then that, you'll be able to see it when I can adjust my table. I plan on pushing my table out more further into the middle of the garage, so you'll be able to see this entire wall behind me. But if that happens, then some of my storage spaces over here, it like L's off. Over here to the left of me or the right of me, I'm not sure. It's to my left, the way I'm sitting. But, so it's a little bigger than a regular size 2 car, I believe. LG, I'll have to look at them. because I would love to be able to come out here. I struggled through the winter last year. I just wore like a jacket or a hoodie or whatever to keep warm. And I had a little heater on. I had a little heater out here. But I need better light and better air, like air and heat out here. I have a window in my garage, and I do have a window air conditioner that is in my bedroom closet floor, but I don't know if I can I don't even know if this window will open, so I don't know if it's worth the hassle. But here's the front of it. It's a real pretty, like, almost like a cement color, kinda. Well, I mean, extreme heat and extreme cold, I would think would be hard on the paint. Yes, I agree. But if I have the heat on in the wintertime at like 72 or whatever, 68, I think whatever our house air conditioning and heat are on is what I would use in the garage. And the paint should be fine. That way, I used to have, I used to keep the bucket, before like I really got into crafting, I would keep like a bucket of supplies, and I kept it in my bedroom closet, and it was fine. I'll just have to see what options I can come up with. So far, luckily, my paint has been fine out here in the garage without any heat and air, so. I am just working on the back of this now. When I get this painted, then we can start putting everything together. I've just got three more points on the star to paint. Good, good, good. If I don't end up coming on Friday, then I might come on over the weekend, not to craft. I am hoping that I can get my cabinet that I have a cabinet that I got from my uncle a few weeks ago, and it was in his garage, so it was all dirty, nasty, and there's this black tarry stuff on the top of it. I'm gonna be trying to sand that off. here in the next couple of days, and then I have a jar of Dixie Belle paint, and I believe it's a dark green, and I believe the color is collard green. Collard greens, that dark vegetable, leafy vegetable. I'm gonna paint it that color, but then I have this oxidizing spray stuff that's gonna make it, I'm gonna spray it after the paint is dry. I believe there's 2 steps to it. I'm supposed to spray this one bottle on it and then wait like, I don't know, 30 to 60 minutes or an hour and a half or something like that. So I'll have to do it in steps, but I can bring you guys on while I paint it, and then I'll let you guys go, and then when I can plan for a time to come on when I do the first spray, and after I get it sprayed, then I can bring you guys back on when I do the final spray. I'm pretty sure it's like a 3-step process, but I plan on doing it. I want to get that done because I've got a big mess behind me on the floor of stuff that I want to put in that cabinet, which there's not very much storage in the cabinet actually. There's like one on each end, there's a door that I'll have 2 shelves on each side, which probably can store quite a bit of stuff, but I have all my paints, like the shelves that's holding all my crafts right here. I have just as many shelves on the other side of the wall, so that's why I want to move this table out, because all my hanging stuff, I have hooks on the wall to hang, which I'm going to have to put some up high above my create word. So I'm going to have to put some more hooks up. But all my hanging stuff like goes in the middle here, and then the stuff that sets are all on these shelves over here, right here, up and down this side of the wall. And you can barely see them, and so I feel like if I push my table out farther, you're going to be able to see more behind me. And all the shelves over here on this side have all my paints, so I'll be putting them like on the center of the cabinet is open. It has a shelf, but on the bottom part of it I can store all my paints there. And then I have a lot of these that have like my wood stuff in them, so I can put those on the shelf. I actually have 2 shelves of them over here, but I don't know what I'm going to do with one of them. I might just, the bottom shelf I'll probably leave the containers on there, but the other one that's on top of that one, I will, hi Margaret, it's okay, I should have messaged you, it's alright, I'm just glad you're here. I'm almost done painting this, and then I was just talking about what my plans are for the next few days and the weekend. I do know though that the bottom shelf on this side, I'm gonna have to shorten it because it's the cabinet is like less than an inch too long for the space that's right here. But I'm hoping that the containers that are on that bottom shelf will still fit. I'll just be glad to get everything organized and whatnot out here. I hate having to dig, and I'm really bad about not putting my stuff up when I get done with it. I'll just lay it to the side or whatever, leave it on the table over here. But I feel like if I had a home for everything, it'd be a lot easier for me to just put everything away when I'm done. Okay, I think that's all done. I am gonna have to dry it. So this was a rattan star from, it was originally from Pier 1 for 20 bucks, and I got it for $3 from a thrift store. But they had like all these funky flowers on it and some real thin moss, and I took it all off. Oh, it's still wet in some spots. Yeah, it would help. I'm gonna need you to come over and help me. I think I wanna maybe in September I'd like to try to plan on doing an auction and to make room for new stuff. I've got a year and a half's worth of crafts laying around in boxes and on my cabinets and stuff in here. So I'm thinking about maybe September doing an auction. So I need somebody to help me get that together. Alright, so this is done. I'm going to say it's done. And so that looks really pretty. And again, this is just Waverly chalk paint in the color Mineral. And then I got paint all over my hand, so I'm just going to wipe it off real quick. This is still not completely dry, but it's dry enough. I'm going to lay that out of the way. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit of moss. Not a whole lot, but I'm going to fill up this pocket. And this is a little bitty pocket. It's the hip pocket off of one of my old pairs of jeans. I'm just going to fill it with moss, so I'll have something. It'll have something for the glue to adhere to when I put the flowers in there. And I'm gonna look at these and see how they're done. So it looks like there's red, white, and blue on all of them. And I'm probably going to leave them, I'm going to leave them together at the bottom, but I'm going to like bend and curl them down like using the pencil. Well, that wasn't very smart. Be careful when you do that, it comes apart really easily. This doesn't curl very well. Well, it's gonna have to look like that. And I'll glue this back together when I'm done. I'm just gonna try to use my fingers. Thank you for scattering the buttons, Margaret. Is Kevin home? That one curled pretty cute. Will you let him and Kayla know that I plan on having like grilling out Friday night and having some fireworks for the kids? Okay, these look like spider legs. It's what they look like now, but it'll be okay. I was looking for my tape. I'm gonna tape this together at the bottom, and then I'll still glue it into the pocket. Yeah, Friday night. It's Tommy and I's anniversary, but I told him last year that I wanted to do fireworks and stuff on our anniversary this year. He has to work Friday during the day, and he has to work Saturday. Okay, so I just put some of this box tape around the bottom of this, and then I'm just gonna glue it into the back of the pocket, and then I'll put the little flowers like all in front of it. So it's just going to be wiggling around there. And then I'm probably gonna use all these maybe. This is just like blue baby's breath. I'm not sure what they call it. It's from Hobby Lobby. It just says floral. It doesn't really say what kind of florals it is. Yeah, well, you can come too if you want. I just want to do something cheap, like probably do hot dogs and chips. If you want to bring a side, have Kayla bring a side and Sierra bring a side. I'd ask Kia, but she probably don't have any money. I'll go to the store. Well, I won't go to the store. I order my groceries and have them delivered. I've done that ever since I had to have surgery on my ankle the year before last. So ever since then, I just have my groceries delivered. It's so much easier, and I don't spend anything that I don't need to. I just pretty much get what I need for the week, and that's that. I think I might make some of these shorter so they'll cover like up the bottom part of it. This is really cute. Thank you. I can't promise I'll have my house immaculate, but I'll try to get it picked up before then. I have a bad habit of, instead of like, well, I don't have a home for all my stuff anyways, so normally when I buy crafts or see something that I want to use for something, it usually ends up on my kitchen table, because we don't use my kitchen table to eat at, so it gets piled up with craft supplies. Until I have to clean it off. How's that look? Is that cute? I don't know if this would be too big or what. Does that look bad? Do a red and white one and see how that looks. think I'm gonna like glue these into place. How's that? How does that look? Or should I face the white one down too, like I did the red one? What do you guys think? Let me try to. This white one is dirty. I don't know how it got dirty. Okay, I'm gonna try to glue this red one down so it's like facing to the front. This white one is dirty too. Thank you, Miss Sandy. Okay. Okay, I'm done with the pocket. So let's bring the okay, so I'm gonna try to glue it down so it'll like form itself to the star. Hopefully that'll work. I'm just gonna like cover this whole back with the glue. I'm going to hold this here for a few minutes. Oh, tell her I said thank you. Thank you, Miss Sandy. Thank you, Miss Barbara. Thank you, thank you. Oh. Oh, this is so adorable. Okay, so we've got the pocket on there. And what else? What else? So I'm going to, and I said earlier that this pick I put is out of the boots, but I have more coming, I think tomorrow. I hope I remember how I had this on here. I'm just reactivating the glue so I can pull them off without breaking them. Okay, so before I put these on there, let me try to find my stain. Oh, this is not the right one. Here it is. This is the Distressed Oxide Walnut stain that I like to use. And I'm just trying to grab a brush. I like using these makeup brushes with the stain. And I'm just gonna dirty it up. I'm actually gonna put it on the big one too. I just like that distressed look. And it's just gonna, you won't be able to really see the brown, but it'll just make the blue and the red darker, and it'll look like aged. I think these little rattan stars are super cute. I actually, I think I already told you this, but I actually have ordered some more. Thank you for coming back, Miss Beverly. We're about done here. But I ordered some more, and I hope that they're this size because I love this size. They're so stinking cute. And so I'll make another pick to put back in my boots. So I was thinking I'll just put these on here like an embellishment, like maybe in this corner. Can you see what I'm doing here? Just have them laying there. Like one kind of on the pockets, and then one right here. How's that look? Whoops. If I can hold them up. Does that look cute? Oh, you were watching Carrie? Yeah. I watched a little bit of her replay from yesterday. I appreciate you coming back. Thank you. So I'm gonna put those on here. Hopefully they'll stick. Oh, tell her thank you. Tell her thank you, thank you. Oh, come on. I feel like I'm going to have to use a ton of glue to get these to stick. Okay, so I've got the stars on there. She is funny. And then let me go ahead and put some of this, I'm going to just distress around this around the star. I really can't see it though. Okay, and then let me get the backer back out. I wanted to put a word on it, but I don't know. We have freedom, freedom in white, America in blue. We have July 4th in red and fireworks in white. Thank you, Miss Jackie. Which words would be better? July 4th in red, freedom and fireworks in white, or America in blue? July 4th. Thank you. I love the little stars too. I'm almost positive I found those at Hobby Lobby, and they come like 6 in a pack, and I have another set somewhere but I can't find them, so I had to get some more. I had to order some more. I found them on Amazon. July 4th. Everybody like July 4th? And I think I'll actually tilt the star and then put July 4th down here on the bottom. And the red is already dark red, so I'll just leave it that way. Yeah, that's true. Well, what I could do, is put some little Velcro dots on here, and then it could be interchangeable, and I could change it. I could change it out from I could use all the words. I could put America on it, or freedom, you know, around Memorial Day or Veterans Day. Let me think. I know I have some little Velcro dots. I just don't know where they're at. For some reason, I'm thinking that I have some in on my kitchen table. Let me go ahead and glue the star down. And I feel like I'm gonna raise it up a little bit. Let me grab some Jenga blocks. I'm gonna go ahead, my table is like right inside my garage door, so I'm gonna go in and see if those are there. They were right there on the end of my table. So let me figure this out real quick. I think I'm just gonna glue on to, I'm gonna put one on each thing, I guess. Do what? You mean at the top? Are you talking about up here? So do it like this instead? Is that what you mean? Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna glue these on this, I'm gonna put one of these And I'm using the small Jenga blocks from Dollar Tree. Or should I do it like that? Ouch, I just stuck my finger in the hot glue. That's not good. Thank you, Miss Denise. I got grabbed 5. I guess I didn't. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put the glue right here on this side of the Jenga blocks, and then this will be what's attached to the board. All right, and then the word will just be on this left hand side at the bottom. Thank you. Let me see here. And these little, hopefully this will work. These little dots of Velcro are from the Dollar Tree. I've never used them before. Oh, I see what they did. I was thinking that all of them was the same on each piece, but one side is the fuzzy and one side is the scratchy. So I'm just gonna see where would be the best place to place these. I think however I do this, it's going to show it that it's not, there's no other way around it. So I'm just going to put one on the L. Yeah, I have one behind the L, and then I'm going to put the other one right here behind the TH. Hopefully that'll be enough. I might have to do one right behind the J as well. And hopefully that doesn't look bad. But using the little dots, these are Crafter Square 20 pair of fastener dots from the Dollar Tree. So it looks like so far it's working, but now I did not make this to where you can hang it outside. If you want to hang it outside, you'd have to put some E6000 on it. and one of my Jenga blocks is not completely down, so I just added some more glue behind it, and I'm just going to hold it for a second. I lost my page, I'm sorry, but bear with me just a second. I wish it would just stay on and not shut off while I'm live. Okay, so apparently this star is warped because when I try to push it down at the top, it lifts up at the bottom. So if I could just, it's got a couple places where it's connected pretty well, but the only other thing, I mean, there's really no place to put a bow on this, so I'm not going to add a bow to this. The only other thing I can do is to take this jute string off. It's already attached with staples on the back. I was gonna put a bead hanger on here, so I can make a bead hanger. Or I could just attach well, I'm not gonna, oh, this one doesn't have a star on it. I took the star off of this hanger and used it for something else. And hold on, I took this metal piece off of a different one, and then my beads started coming off. So let me see what if I can get this metal piece off of here. I'm gonna have to put a knot in the end of this. Or just do that. So hold on. There is a knot right here, but it's not big enough. So I'm just gonna, I made the knot bigger so these won't fall off. So I'm just gonna wrap this around the string and then pull it through so it'll hang on here. So at least it'll have a decoration of beads on here. Okay. It's not doing what I wanted it to. There it goes. Okay, so well, I guess I would have to glue it down right there because it's not going to stay. It's going to fall behind the star and you're not going to be able to see it. But if I glued it over to the side, you'd be able to see it a little bit. I don't know. What do you guys think? So I can do a recap. The backer was a picture for Valentine's Day from Dollar Tree. Then we used the small shims, and I flip-flopped them to cover up the picture that was on the backer. The big star I got from a thrift store, and we just took what was on it off, and then replaced it with a little blue jean pocket filled with moss, and then I put some blue. It's like a little flower. It's like I want to say baby's breath, but it's bigger than baby's breath, so I'm not real sure. But you can see what they look like on there. Then I put a couple poppies. I put some dingleberries on here, and then I put the little bitty red, white, and blue rattan stars on there for some embellishment. And then we put 4th of July on there, but that can be interchanged. Hobby Lobby does have a package that has it has Freedom, America, fireworks, and then 4th of July, and you can change it out. It doesn't have to stay a 4th of July project. It can change out to Veterans Day, Memorial Day, any national, holiday where we, if you acknowledge servicemen, you can use it for that holiday. So I think this is really cute. I really like this. I think it turned out pretty good. And then these little beads just came off the metal stars from the Dollar Tree as well. The flowers are from Dollar Tree, except for the little blue flowers came from Hobby Lobby. And the little rattan stars, I'm pretty sure came from Hobby Lobby as well. But this is too stinking cute. I love it. I am so glad that you hung out with me while I did this project. And so we decided in the beginning of tonight's tonight's video that I will not be on tomorrow because of Lizzie or Craftin' and Laughin'. I will be back on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully it'll give you enough time to spend with your family or do what you need to do for 4th of July. And then I will come back on and make another Americana craft, and that'll probably be the last one. Friday I might just come on and paint my cabinet with you guys. So so thank you for hanging out with me. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a great night and a happy Wednesday. Bye-bye. Life's a garden, so go dig it. Bye.